Hi, I'm Wanda with Jimmy Branch Homestead, and today I am going to overview some of my favorite things that I use on our homestead. These would be great gifts for many of them for the beginning canner, or I have some for the advanced canner, the garden, and final category will be for chickens. So usually when new homesteads start up, logically, the first step is a garden. The second step is chickens. And third would be other animals. So I'm going to go over some of my very favorites. First in the garden, this comes from Haas Tools. It is less than $100. You buy it from HaasTools.com. And it's great in the garden. I especially like it for my tomatoes or peppers that I can just layer in here. You would not want, it's not good for like picking green beans because they just fall through. So again, this is one of my favorites in the garden. I do have some other favorites here. These are less expensive and you get them from Tractor Supply. They come in many different sizes. They're particularly nice for when I'm picking beans or peas, different sizes. If I'm picking peppers, I usually use the bigger size because I can fill this bucket up. I always grow lots of bell peppers. I always have a great abundance of them. So these are less expensive, and again, Tractor Supply. This item here, I'm not sure where all carries it. I can't remember if Tractor Supply does or not, but I got mine at the Home Depot. They come in different sizes. It is, let me pull the paper off it. This is a new one. I had to replace mine. And it's less than $20. But you put it in your drill. And we use cordless drills. We have the DeWalt, but any brand will do. Anything that's a cordless drill. And these will drill the holes for our planting. Now I have two of them. I have the 4-inch, which this one is, and I also have a 2-inch. Now the 2-inch is ideal for planting seeds, such as corn or green beans, those kind of things. And then I use the bigger one for plant starts that I've already started. So again, saves me tons of work. Goes so much faster. If you've seen some of our videos, you've probably seen us using this in the garden when I did my planting last year. So this is a great time saver and much easier on my old arms. Next up with deer season, still going here in Missouri because we have an antlerless portion in December, which is going on actually right now. And we have an alternative methods towards the end of the month. So my husband and I both hunt, so we try to get several deer. It really helps our budget every year. And in doing so, I process our own deer meat. We used to take them to a processor, but it's gotten so expensive. It's well over $100, usually more like $150 to get your deer processed. And I would rather put that $150 into other things. I can't really afford that anymore on Social Security. So we use, and this is my favorite. I've had others, and I didn't like them near as much. This is my meat grinder. It's by Gamekeeper. I actually got this from Walmart for less than $100. I've had it a few years, so I've used it a lot. Excuse the water stains. But I just love it. And it comes, the pusher also holds all of the, well, not that one, but it holds the smaller tubes that you can use for making beef sticks. And this one I actually use for stuffing my hamburger in the game bags that I get from LEM. And the LEM, I know Buckeye sells them, Baumgars. I'm not sure if Tractor Supply does or not, or you can order them online. So if you know anybody that processes their own meat, even the game bags, you know, is an inexpensive gift, but they're well used. And to attach the hamburger piece, you just screw out the end here. Leave the meat cutter in. Hopefully you can see that. Where the hamburger comes out. And you just add this on top of it. And that's how all these tubes work. And then I just put my bag. These are the bags. So these are wild game bags. It has buffalo, elk, moose, antelope, venison, burger, sausage, or other. So if you also package your home hogs and those kind of things, a lot of people use these for that as well. And the ones I use are by LEM. Again, I can get them in several different stores. Anybody that carries LEM products, or you can purchase them online through LEM. And I just love this. You put the bag on and pull it all the way up, and as the hamburger is going through the meat grinder, it will fill up the game bag, pushing it out. And then there's even a mark to let you know when you reach the 1 pound size. And then I just take off the bag, and this is a separate purchase. This is also by Gamekeeper. You can get other brands, but I like this one. And I think I got this at Walmart too, actually. I haven't looked recently to see if they still carry them. Hopefully they do. Again, I love the Gamekeeper grinder because it seems like it takes a lot more and grinds a lot faster. I've used other ones, even ones that were supposed to be professional, and I always go back to this Gamekeeper. So this is to seal your bags. This little piece here is your bag sealer. So you just take your bag above the hamburger. I always give it a few twists, and then you just push it down, and then you have a sealed bag. So this is a very inexpensive gift. I think it's less than $20. Again, just a game changer. So the next item I have, and I'm just going to kind of carry you along here with me, is a sealer. And I use this a lot. I freeze dry a lot. But even if you purchase things like nuts and different things like coconut or whatever from the store, and you put them in here, put them in your jars, whatever size. This happens to be a pint regular mouth. So it comes with 2 different attachments for regular mouth or wide mouth. And then you just put it on here. This is the charger. So it comes with both a USB charger or a regular electrical cord. And then you put this up here, push the start, and it automatically takes all the air out of the jar. And I use this all the time. So I just keep it plugged in my kitchen, and that way I can just grab it whenever I need it. So again, not too expensive an item. I'm pretty sure it's less than $20. So that's a great gift idea. If you have a beginning canner and they don't have all the tools they need, I have some of my tools out here, but there's great gift sets where it has the whole set for a beginner canner. You know, the jar lifter is very important. You don't want to try canning without that. You need a canning funnel. These are some of the essentials. This is for checking the height of the jar. How different recipes call for different heights. I also use the other end as a debubbler. And this little piece here is for picking up lids. It's a magnet. If you boil them separate, like in doing jellies and those kind of things, so many of the lids anymore, especially if you're pressure canning, that step is not necessary because they get hot enough and long enough in the pressure canner. But that's a great gift idea too. The other thing is, if you know someone that is canning already, has their canning supplies, most of them, one of the things that you go through very quickly is lids. So Walmart carries jars and lids year-round. It's a great time to buy them in the wintertime because sometimes they're hard to find the right sizes that you want in the summertime. I like, there's only 2 of us, so the jar that I purchase most is the wide mouth pints. I use a ton of those. So when I'm canning my meats, I use the wide mouth pints. If you have a bigger family, of course, they're probably going to use quarts. These are the Superb canning lids. I get these through Azure Standard. I've gone from the ball canning lids to the Superb. I like the way they seal. They're very accurate. And then jars. Like I said, if you have an avid canner or a beginning canner, it seems like I'm always running out of jars. So these are from Walmart. I also order a lot of my jars now through Azure Standard. They just recently started carrying the wide mouth pints. That's why I had these from Walmart that I haven't used yet. But they also carry the 1.5 pints, and those are very difficult to find. I like them for a lot of things. If you have asparagus, that's great. We use them for our green beans because a pint's never enough and a quart is too much. So the 1.5 pints is perfect for us. Also on the canning side, I have a Presto canner here. This is a pressure canner. It's about $123, I think is what I saw it at. It's a little over $100, but that would be great for the person that is beginning to pressure can meats. You can also use that as a water bath canner by not putting the pressure on it. So that would be a great gift if they are wanting to get into canning, or maybe they have a water bath canner, but they've never canned, pressure canned anything. So the one I love, and this is a more expensive high-end gift. It's over $400. They come in different sizes, but this particular one is over $400. This is a 30-quart All-American canner. I absolutely love it. I do a lot of canning. Sometimes I can an entire deer, and I don't want to have to keep running that one, waiting for it to cool down and doing another set. When in this one, I can can 20 pints at a time, whereas in that one, I can can 8 pints. So sometimes I have them both going, both my large one and my regular Presto, so I won't get rid of it. But if you have an avid canner with a big family or that does a lot of canning, this All-American is absolutely wonderful. I know it's a lot of money, but maybe if you're a parent and you have that in your budget for your child, or your adult child, or if several siblings want to go together and get that, it's a gift that, trust me, would be greatly appreciated. Some of my other food processing items that I use, and if you've watched my videos, you'll see I use this all the time. So this is my chopper. It comes with 3 different blades. I usually use the small squares because that's what I use all the time for my onions and my bell peppers. If you wanted to do something bigger like fries, you could use this plate here. Or they also have like wedges that you could do. So it comes with all 3 plates. They just have a little button you pull back and pop out to change. So quick and easy change. when you change it, don't forget to lock it back in by just sliding the button across. And then this top just comes off. Oops. Whoops. And it also comes with a seal if you want to cut up a lot of vegetables or something ahead of time. You can store this in the refrigerator. So I just love this. As I mentioned, I use it a lot. Go back and check out some of my videos to see just how I use it, but I do. I use it a ton. And that, I can't remember how much I paid for it, but it's probably around $20 or $25. You might find them on sale with Christmas time coming. So I use that a lot. So other items I use for processing, apples. If I'm making applesauce or apple butter, or I do a lot of apple pie filling. So this item comes in very handy. It's an Apple Mate 1, and it does the peeling of your apples. Now this particular model also has a core that you can adjust. I don't use this core because I happen to like this one that takes the core and cuts it into wedges at the same time. So I always use this one where you just kind of fasten it onto, I like to use mine on a heavy cutting board. And then you just push the lever, pull it back. This is a protective cover. This is where you put your apple on. And then you just twist it, and as it comes up to, this is the peeler part right here. And so it just peels it. And I just love it. So sometimes there's a small amount that I still have to peel off, like on the top and the bottom, or if the apple is really uneven. But it saves me a ton of time also. I'm into a lot of time-saving items. Here on the homestead, we have so many different chores and stuff to do that when I'm canning a lot, and I can a lot. Go back and check out my pantry video from early on. Most of that stuff has been used. I still have some of it, but it's full again from this year's canning. So I have a lot of canning videos if that's something that interests you as well. Okay, moving on. Chickens. So chickens is typically the next thing that homesteaders put on their homestead. And I like to, you can purchase the chicks, of course, from Tractor Supply or other different stores. But you're paying anywhere from $3 to $5 for a single chick. So what I like to do is purchase eggs from other homesteaders, or use some of my own fertilized eggs and put them in the incubator. So this was my Christmas present last year, and I don't remember how much it sells for. I think about $150, but I love this one. Here's the picture down here. It's easy to use. It holds 22 eggs. That's about the right amount for me to try and hatch at one time. I've used it twice so far. The first time I hatched 15. You know, they don't all, you can't tell which ones are fertile early on. And the second time I hatched 16, which is a recent video, if you would like to go back and see that. Oops. But so this is a great way to be able to increase your flock from your own chickens. So, of course, it doesn't take a rooster to get eggs, but if you want to continue increasing your flock or incubating and selling chicks to other people, then this is a great addition. So next up I have here a heat lamp. And when you have baby chicks, you need to have heat lamps on them. And sometimes I put them in the coop if it's extremely cold, like 15 degrees or below zero. I'll put one in the coop just to kind of keep it not so bad, because chickens will have their cones freeze. I'm not too worried about their feet because they're always laying on their feet on the roost. But I do worry about their cones and their wattles. But baby chicks, I need these, and they don't come with the bulbs, so you need to buy the bulb separately. And even if they have plenty of these, they go bad. I've had 2 go bad in the last few months. So something in the electrical just goes bad. So these are great things that people can have on hand. And as I mentioned, the bulbs burn out. I had one that was only 2-3 weeks old and it burned out. So I don't know, it must have been defective because they usually last much longer than that. But I bought several to have on hand so I don't run into that issue again. The other item I have on my table here is just a simple small egg basket. I think you can get these for about $10, like at Tractor Supply. Buckeye has them. Baumgart's in Poplar Bluff. Those are places around me. I'm not sure where you live. So a great idea is gift cards. If you don't know what your prepper or homesteader or home canner needs. Walmart gift cards for the jars and lids and those kind of things. Maybe they need stock pots. They do sell some canners. I think they sell Presto canners. I've never seen All American there, but I do think they sell the Presto canner. Tractor Supply is a big one. They would have the lights and the chicken baskets, several other items. Even food gets very expensive, so they could spend it on food at those places. Buckeyes, Baumgart's, and Tractor Supply are the 3 that's really in the areas where I shop. So anywhere I go half an hour to an hour away. So, and of course, Home Depot, because you're always building something or needing to repair something. So those are good too. I've actually ordered a lot of my chicken stuff, like my cones for butchering. And I don't have any of that in here, but you know, if you have a homesteader that's just starting, those are kind of things that they're going to need. And I ordered my cones, my steamer, and my plucker all through Home Depot. I never would have thought they would sell that kind of thing, but they do. So that concludes my video of some of my most used great gift ideas for the home canner, the prepper, the homesteader, or anybody that just has chickens. So if you're enjoying this type of video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share our videos on your social media. It's the best way you can help our channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching Jimmy Branch Homestead. God bless and happy holidays. Merry Christmas.